Hey guys, Zarok here, bringing you a wonder on today. We are on Kholodny Ferma. Playing for today, spawning on the left we have Zarok as the Soviets, and his loadout is shock rifle frontline, guard motor coordination, and mechanized support. Yeah, standard amount of commanders. On the right hand side we have Finndeed, who has breakthrough, scavenge, and Luftwaffe ground forces as OKW. Zarok around rank 15 Soviets at the moment, and Finndeed 22 as OKW, so very close match between these two. And as you can see here, we have some Maxim action coming in for Zarok. He's gone double engineer into Maxim. Looks like he ran his first squad out. Start capping straight away. Interesting to see that Finndeed actually pulled back with his Stern Pioneer squad. I think if he stayed behind the heavy cover at that range, Stern Pioneers can engage quite well against combat engineers on the garrison there, so it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, he's run his Stern Pioneer squad way out there, trying to do some harassing early on. And I don't think it's going to go too well for him. This other squad, he held control of the central garrison. Don't want to lose that to a Folk squad sneaking up there, and then let's move to the middle. It's not wiring off the cover in the middle. It looks like Finndeed just doing a bit of capping with his Folk communities right now. And this could be a bit of a struggle for Finndeed from the right hand side against Maxims. This garrison very strong to put a Maxim inside. Quite behind those bushes, gets suppressed by the Maxim there. Looks like he's going to be able to complete the cap. Jumps to the garrison. You have a much faster suppression removal time when inside a building. Just jumps in the building to get rid of that suppression as quickly as possible. Now he's just trying to evade that Maxim. His squad's actually quite low already after a few Maxim bursts and a few shots from those engineers. He's gone for, the single wire blocking this frontal entrance to the building. Well done. Looks like Finndeed's going to work his way around, get inside there anyway. No. So triple Maxims for Zarok, and Finndeed's already gone for the battle group HQ. Notice he's only gone for 3 Folks. This makes me think he's going to go for a very early infantry support gun. And I haven't really seen how double ISGs go against Maxims, only single ISGs. Squad's closing in from multiple angles here. Maxim setting up. Stern Pioneer should be able to come down the flank here. Oh, incendiary grenade goes in. Fortunately, if those Stern Pioneers closed in, that could have been a dead Maxim, I think. Especially if got a bit of luck killing the gunner. Now the incendiary grenade goes up. So Finndeed on the offense here, getting a good bit of harassment going, but remember, he went for the cutoff here, but because Zarok still has control of the middle VP, his fuel actually wasn't cut off until right now. Looks like Zarok's sending a squad of combat engineers for a cutoff in return. But Maxim's coming in from multiple angles. That's 4 Maxims now for Zarok. And Finndeed has now completed his first ISG. As I said, it'll be interesting to see if he goes for double ISGs, because I feel like Flak Half Track is not particularly strong against Maxims, especially when they're planted inside buildings. Flak Half Track's damage doesn't seem to be that strong against units inside buildings. Much better off to get a looks to fight the Maxims, because at least the looks can fire whilst on the move. Means that if your opponent makes a anti-tank gun, as he very well could from his tech structure, at least you can be firing on the move, trying to dodge those resist shots rather than just getting blasted by them while stationary with your flak after it. Oh, that's quite inside the capping region there. And that's a full 5 Maxims for Zarok. He's also gone for medics quite early. He's got quite a lot of... oh, he's gone for infiltration grenades. Well, perhaps. Scavenge. But as we saw the other day, these don't seem to flatten buildings anymore. Makes it slightly less useful. He's trying to avoid this Maxim taking control of this garrison here. And luckily Zarok has retreated his flamethrower squad, so there's no flamethrower on the way to try and flush them out there. He's going for the flak after act. Oh, this is surprising. I didn't think this was particularly strong, but I'm willing to be convinced otherwise. Takes a lot of damage there. I think his models were on negative cover. Threw the incendiary grenade there, forced him to reposition. And has to retreat. I see you doing its best. Trying to clear that Maxim out. But yeah, he's making sure he's got a squad in this garrison. He doesn't want to lose it to a Maxim. They'll push him right back here, put his cut-off in jeopardy, and make it very hard for him to control his fuel and set him back a long way. So it's imperative he holds on to this garrison in the middle of this church. Oh man, bit unlucky with those RSG shells there. RSG in very close range here though, trying to reduce its scatter, so let it auto fire on a few of these positions. And there's the flak half track, forcing away the Maxim. I'll leave that BP neutral in the middle. That's going to work on this garrison. I don't know if he's targeting the wire in the front, but he managed to knock it out either way. So he wants to just complete the cap here, but also remember that when you have sight of a unit, your indirect fire units firing at have less scatter, so perhaps he's trying to reduce the scatter of his RSG, making sure all those shells land, as well as capturing that central VP. He's up against double flamers here. So no minesweeping for Zarok. Squad up here is force the Maximus in this garrison out and trying to hold behind the light cover there, but probably needs to retreat. Looks like Finndeed has snuck his way into the central garrison despite having 5 Maxims. Oh, that one's taking a lot of damage. We've got a T-70 coming in for Zarok though. Do have a Raketin near the centre for Finndeed as well. But hasn't planted any mines yet. And as I said, with the double flamers, planting some mines would be really nice. Help keep his flak half track alive. because if he can kill this T-70 and not lose his flak half track, he's actually going to be in quite a nice position. But yeah, just uses the smoke there, trying to escape. But one Raketen can be a bit hard. You got to make sure you have a Fox Grenadier nearby for the Faust. Otherwise that T-70 can just chase down the flak half track very easily. And I didn't see this Jaeger squad get deployed. There they are. I don't think we've seen any infiltration grenades yet either. Well, if we have, I've missed them. Oh, this could be a wipe. Depends if T-70 is going to chase. Oh, ISG actually gets a good hit on the T-70. So it's going to dissuade from chasing any further, because he can now go down if he gets, you know, Fausted, maybe one shot from the Raketen. Zarok actually running his Maxim straight out there. So instead of getting to the garrison first, slight misplay. Try to stay at range, try to avoid the Faust with this T-70. But still do damage. The squad is very, very low. They could get the wipe here on retreat. Depends if he's going to chase. Looks like he's not. But yeah, that was an easy wipe there. Perhaps he's worried about mines. So he doesn't have the sweepers, but as we know he shouldn't be. Until now. Oh no, there is actually a mine up here. Nice. Probably wouldn't have mattered. I think the squad was retreating up this way, right? But this is a very good spot for a mine. Vehicles quite often come down this corridor. But Finndeed hanging in there, not letting the Maxims get to him, not letting them pressure him off the field. Now putting up his tier 4 in a very forward position. It's going to deny access to this garrison from the Maxims. So the squad of guards is going to get there, maybe get a couple bursts off on it. Look after joining in on the fun now as well, but it's going to take a lot of damage from the PTRS. Here comes T-70. Flak after having to retreat. Kitten does not get a shot off. Now it does. Oh, that could be a dead T-70. Needs one more shot from the Raketen. Oh, when he gets it, down goes T-70. And this is what I was talking about. If he can kill that T-70 without losing his flak half track, now he's in a pretty reasonable position, but uh-oh. He's lost his Raketen. And his flak half track is extremely low. Could quite easily go down to his Maxim down here. Also triple cap here for Zarok. He's going for a Zis. Indeed. Capping up in the north though, so he's going to be putting in the end to that. There are a lot of Maxims down here in the south, so good work from Finndeed finding a place where there are very few and making the most out of that, capping in the north. And yeah, now that the T-70's gone, capping in the north, very safe, don't have to worry about as far as getting wiped on retreat by that. So we might as well have a jam. Luckily, you know, when your opponent's got so many Maxims, don't have that many squads to pick up your team weapons, and this is also quite close to Schwer, so that Raketen is safe. Maxim close to max range, needs to use attack ground perhaps. Hope that it scatters long. No, he's just going to reposition. Ooh, they squeak around the side of that Maxim. Lucky for Finndeed. Staying on top of it with the STGs. Oh, but there's guards there. He's going to have to retreat. Planting more mines. Both men now. No sweepers. Oh, nice. The ISG actually got a kill on that mine, that in-construction mine. So munitions is not going to be refunded. Oh, okay, realised it. Good cover-seeking behaviour, actually ran out of the capping circle there. Try and plant that mine again, and he's not having a bar of it. V1 now on the flat half track. Doesn't really help him that much though. And V2's not the powerhouse it used to be. Well, it's still very good, but yeah, it used to have a setup time bonus as well, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, what's that at V1? Anyway, added it to it at V0 and removed that bonus, so it's not getting any stronger. Double ISGs indeed from Finndeed. This is probably the right way to go about it. Single ISGs does seem quite powerful enough. Nice tech ground over the hedge there by Zarok. My sheets are also going to work.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands. Ready to execute. Contact! Enemy machine gun!
Flat half track perhaps about to take a shot through the hedgerow. Does. Will he have the attack ground skills to get the kill? Ooh, not quite. Definitely should have used smoke there. Very risky. That goes in, should be largely avoided. Getting his flak half track down there. Perhaps knowing that there's this repositioned again. So it is safe to do a bit of damage. Because the central VP is neutralized right now, that cutoff is actually going to stick. Zarok. We mentioned it, he has locked in mechanized support. Maybe going to go for the 152, and once he gets the 152, this forward HQ position is going to be in a lot of danger from it. But that is a Panzer IV for Finndeed. Got to face off against double Maxims and a T-34 though, so life is not so easy. VP is pretty much dead even. Good work from Finndeed. It's going to be very hard to keep control of the VPs when they're being protected by so many Maxims. He's done a good job of it so far. She's starting to get up as well. Not as particularly relevant. Zarok's been quite good about repositioning his Maxims once they come under fire in the middle. They're going to stick around long enough for the +1 shell and the barrage to actually matter.
Supply half track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
So yeah, he's got good awareness of when ISG is starting to fire on his Maxims. Repositions them quite quickly afterwards. I mean, looking at these armies, you would think that their supplies are similar, but no. Finndeed has about a 10 supply edge right now. Can't fire through that shot blocker there. Flak half track. Or maybe if he just keeps shooting it for ages, he'll eventually get through, but I don't think he'll stick around for that long. She's firing. Good stealth capping in the middle with the Raketin. That's one way to avoid that Maxim fire. It's pretty cunning by Finndeed. Oh, this could be a wipe. I'm not going to chase. He is chasing now. No. Forward's heading up there as well. Flak after it doesn't have sight here, probably needs to start using attack ground at max range, hoping he starts to get some hits. One thing I've tried using the flak half track is using the handbrake mode, but I found it a bit too slow to, for me at least, to disengage it and then retreat in those risky situations, so I've pretty much stopped using handbrake. Sometimes I'll activate it when I want to like target a squad and I'm worried about misclicking, but then I'll deactivate it straight away after that. I won't leave it in handbrake mode. Just a quick tip about flak half track usage. This barrage clears out the church. So it doubles this barrage, it was indeed. Actually, you got quite a fast cooldown too.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Stealth Raketin. Doing some more capping. Here comes the Katyusha, and that's going to cause problems for this double ISG build. Looks like Zarok's not going to wait for the 152 and start saving now. Excuse me. He's going straight for the Katyusha to try and counter these a bit earlier. Got to make sure his flanks are mined. He's got quite a few mines, so I don't think the Panzer IV is going to be chasing down and killing that Katyusha. But yeah, very static game, and that's can often happen during these Maxim games. Not this dynamic. Oh, he's smoke. Okay, he's got it. Gonna lose his Raketin here though, unless he gets really lucky. No, goes down. Actually hasn't used infiltration grenades much at all so far. But 3 Maxims making push down here, but the Panzer IV is on hand. Chasing them away. T-34 can't support, too low on health. Oh, ISG's threatening to wipe this Maxim here. The squad's crawling towards this door. It's got to be careful, there's a demo charge on the other side of it. Okay, Katyusha barrage targeting the ISG. That's a mine. Doesn't look like he's going to decrew the gun though. And he's keeping guard of that rocket and probably wants to recrew it so he doesn't have to build another one. Waste his manpower. Try to kill that demo charge. Oh, he's given up. What? Oh man, I hope that doesn't come back to bite him later. Indeed, now there's enough fuel for another vehicle, GP4 or Panzer IV, so what's he going to get next? That's the question. Could even go for a Panther, you know. I know the Panther's not particularly strong against infantry, but having the extra health and armor against those extra survivability does come in handy some situations, and if you flank a Maxim with a Panther, it's still going to have to retreat. Especially once it has the Pinto machine gun upgrade. But he might be thinking about going for King Tug because he has put down his mechanized regiment and didn't get the walking Stuka from it. Maxim versus Maxim in the middle. And now that he's got... now that he knows his opponent has got a Katyusha, very important for him to split his ISG so they're not too close together for the Katyusha to knock them out both in one barrage. So Katyusha bounce or scatter was not that favourable. Ooh, big hit there. Could we get the white? Oh, late retreat by Zarok. Now is this going to have to retreat? He's flanked the Maxim, but he's not closing in there. He's bringing squads in from multiple sides. Waiting for his Panzer IV to come up. Oh, he killed the other mine! Some juicy hits there. Nice incendiary grenade. This one missing. So yeah, Finndeed playing this smart. I think the double ISGs were a smart play. Playing quite conservatively as well. Didn't do anything too risky. Allow his Schwer HQ to get pushed. Let's just try and chip away at those Maxims. Those ISGs. Maxim gets decrewed there, but pretty safe position.
Ready to execute. Under attack.
Track forcing their retreat, allowing the cap in the north. In fact, if he gets lucky, he could get a white. Oh, we've got a bit of gunner death loop action going here.
Prepare for combat.
No, half track. Out of range. 234 coming up there, but a bit late. So there was a Raketen up here as well, Finndeed. Making sure... oh, listen to that plane, so loud. Making sure his Raketen is... I mean, his flak half track is well protected by that Raketen. This is just slowly ticking by Zarok now. Only 5 fuel away from his 152. So I imagine we're going to see that next, whereas Finndeed is also getting pretty close to his King Tiger. But I think the revised 152 is quite strong. It's all up to Zarok. He's got to keep planting those mines. I think it's going to be key for his victory here. So at some stage, Finndeed's probably going to need to flank the 152, and if he runs over a mine, that's really going to help avoid those flanks. And there is the big boy, 152. Looks like he's switching to high explosive. And he's coming for the center. And King Tiger hitting the field shortly after. One of those ICs did end up getting cleared out there. Tiger rumbling down the middle. Have the munitions for the machine gun upgrade, having just spent some on the howitzer barrage. Makes them go down. Must have. Oh, there it is. It's behind. Oh no, that's a kitten. Was that the decrew notification I heard? Perhaps. Sometimes I get the announcers confused between the factions. So King Tiger gets 1 kill. U-152 doesn't, but just about half that squad's health in one shot. Perhaps even slightly more.
Ready for action.
So how is this all going to shake down? There's going to be a lot of positioning here going into this match. Tiger rumbling forwards. Taking some Zis fire there. Flak after taking trouble. Taking Zis fire now. It doesn't use smoke, but he's perhaps out of sight. King Tiger has retreated slightly. Looks like this is still on high explosive though. E4 in the north doing some good damage. Opening up the cap, it looks like. The 152 is coming straight down the center, looking to pressure the Schwers, as I was talking about earlier. Needs that P4. P4 coming down, going to come perhaps down this flank here. Ooh, and he knocks out a Maxim really quickly with it. It's those ISGs to keep working on those Zis. Pushing forwards, trying to come in on the side.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Ooh. Let's just rotate. HGs continue to shell these Zis, and they're actually getting quite low on health now. Looks like a Volkswagen squad went down. Did see a marked vehicle quite lately applied to the Panzer IV. Perhaps he should have done that on the King Tiger earlier on. But yeah, T4 is still alive. I mean, the bombing run and a few shots. And there's this. Will be all. It needs to take it out. So Finndeed's got to be careful. Finndeed now probably struggling for repairs. Perhaps he needs to go for another squad of Stern Pioneers. Oh, he does have the upgrade as a mechanized regiment. Having a nice cross tempo on here is just generally useful for the minesweeping as well. And Zarok has planted quite a few, though he has stopped the last few minutes. And there don't seem to be that many on the field right now, but if it was me and I saw those mines that I ran over earlier, I would be very paranoid about running over mines right now. Come on, 5-2. Oh, he's going to wipe that Rakit. Somehow, no. Somehow, still alive. Yeah, 152 on HG is going to have no truck. Oh, no. Finally runs over one of those mines, goes down. But that does free up a bit of pocket space for Finndeed. Could go for the Jagdpanther 4, that's probably what he wants next. Pretty good counter to the 152. Could go for the Panther still as well. A bit more meat to soak up those Zish shots and a bit more anti-infantry from its Pinto. How much population spot is it? 18. So yeah, he could just about squeeze one into his current composition. As long as one of his squads isn't fully reinforced. No, he goes for the Jagdpanzer 4. Also needs to save his munitions. Perhaps that's what he's waiting for. Until he hits 180 munitions. That way he can drop a howitzer barrage on top of Zarok's team weapons and make a good push whilst they are forced to reposition. KT pushing some pressure on those Maxims in the middle. Behind this line of sight blocker for the Zis as well. Panzer 4 there. Could chase down. Oh, but he bounces. But he looks like he's pushing in. Panzer 4 took a lot of damage. Looks like he's going to be able to take down one of these T-34s. The other one coming in on the side. He marks vehicle on the King target this time. Jagdpanzer 4 missed a few shots, but it looks like he's going to continue the chase. We've got a bombing run coming down. Uh-oh. Oh, it clears out the Jagdpanzer 4. One more shot, and I think the King target will take out the ISU 152, but will it connect? Bombing. No, he doesn't. Panzer 4 penetrates the Vet 3 Panzer 4. T-34 with its extremely high rate of fire takes it out before the King Tiger can get the final shot. And the bombs don't quite clear out those Zis. Oh, man, he really wants to kill that 152. Oh, he's blitzing, he's blitzing. Oh no! The Zis gets the final blow. Oh man, it's a close call, really close call there. It was all because he didn't run out of the bombing run there. That really just wiped his Jagdpanzer 4 so easily. To about 3/4 of its health. He, you know, even if he just micro the Jagdpanzer 4 back down this way or back out this way and then back in. Might have got the job done, but not quite. Now, nice micro by Zarok. that set Finndeed back a mile. And I might just speed this one up for a wee bit because there's not going to be much going on for the next few minutes whilst all these tanks get repaired, and Finndeed has no tanks basically.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Oh man, post-mortem, that was a brutal engagement. Did manage to clear out one of those and it's destroyed, so that's a slight benefit. Man, that Vet 3 T-34 with its rate of fire bonuses so strong on the rear armor of the King Tiger. Ooh! Ooh! He baited him in! Just needs one more shot. Can he get around the side? He does. This one lining up a shot though. Oh, but he's down the road so fast and he gets away. Nice attempt by Finndeed there. Very close to getting a kill. Zarok still flying a tremendous amount of munitions. He's going to have another one of those bombing runs and then another one after that. Chuck a couple marked vehicles on top of it as well. He is swimming in the munitions right now. But the VP's somehow quite even. And Finndeed's army supply, you know, only about 15 behind right now. But about to be a bit worse. Another T-34 coming. It's really going to help Zarok's control on the flanks. We're actually seeing a triple Raketten build from Finndeed. And I think that's actually a pretty good idea, honestly. Because he's only going to have one tank anytime soon. And he's got all these T-34s to deal with. Guys, those G's get cleared out. Maxim up here getting very close to death as well though. It looks like its weapon health is non-existent, so as soon as it dies, the weapon will be destroyed as well.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Sweeper's going quite deep into enemy territory there.
Supply lines have been cut.
Gets the cut off on the fuel, but it doesn't really need the fuel that much right now. Barrage doing some good damage there as well. Oh man, look at that incendiary grenade go.
The sector is at risk.
And he actually decrews it right there. Except it's not decruised. Oh no, is this bugged? I think this is bugged. Usually when it goes down to one man, the last man will run off the weapon and will be abandoned, but that is not the case. Looks like that is bugged. Fun times. I wonder if it'll still fire or not. I wonder if he can move it or not as well. Capture. Neutralize. Oh, and that the Yakpans, man. And ISU-152 is angry about it.
We have lost the machine gun crew.
Only one Maxim left for Zarok. He's lost them all. He actually rebuilt one as well, so... Oh no, that's such a bad idea trying to see your Maxim up there. Now Zarok has 0 Maxims. He's making another one now, but he actually has just not enough squads to capture with. He does have T-34s with the secure mode unlocked, so you can go for that option, but... Oh, yep, the zombies just can indeed fire. So that is probably not so fun for Finndeed. Oh, the kid creeping around the rear. Just a couple nice shots off. Does have a mine protecting its retreat path as well. And somehow Finndeed, despite losing so much, still in this game, and perhaps could even be considered in the lead now with 2 VPs under his control and all the maxims destroyed. Seems like Zarok's having a bit of trouble microing all of his armor right now. And Finndeed's being really sneaky with his Rokins, making some nice plays, you know, stealth capping, just sneaking them around, getting some more damage and incapacitating these enemy tanks. The Rokins going to work on the 152. Oh, but here comes the Katyusha barrage. These are looking dead. One of them, yeah, gets destroyed even. Does have quite a bit of fuel in the bank now though, so it doesn't have to rebuild that. Perhaps he can go for another tank now. Save his manpower for that. Triple cap going against the Rock. He really needs to make something happen here. Goes in for a crush. Kevin is there. Using the secure mode, as I said earlier, good idea.
Enemy down to 1.
But yeah, I feel like his tank micro hasn't been that strong. Just like in terms of multitasking, you know, he could be sending a T-34 down here to clear this VP for capture, but he hasn't. He's just camping it next to his 152. His 152 is also in quite a conservative position, not really pushing the envelope there either, so... I know, you know, playing a game this long certainly taxes you. Probably been quite tired, but if he wants to hold on to those VPs, he's got to start being a bit more desperate about it. Looks like he maybe wants to put another siege on the Shreya, and Finndeed is indeed going with the Panther that I thought he might go for earlier. So I think that's quite common for the revised 152, just doing like, you know, half to 3/4 of a squad's health in one shot, but one shot wipes do seem to be toned down quite a lot actually. Played a game, it took me, I only got one out of like after about 25 minutes of having it. Doesn't make the 152 bad, but not being able to get one shot wipes, it's actually quite good. Now Finndeed's on the drain, but he's got quite a few more VPs in the stash. He can drain a bit more, and whilst he's waiting for this Panther to build, Zarok's actually managed to rebuild quite a few Maxims. But yeah, one benefit of Zarok going for Maxims now is you have like conscripts or similar, no anti-tank grenades. And as I said, his mine planting has kind of fallen off a cliff. So the Panther can get a bit more aggressive. Okay, in comes the 105 artillery on the center. It's like Finndeed wants to make some moves now. This Panther is complete construction, but this is actually on armor piercing rounds right now. quite threatening to Finndeed's Jagdpanzer 4. It's creeping down the side here with the Panther and the Raketen.
Field reports indicates the enemy is left with only 75 points.
Oh, T-34 is pushing up. 152 rotates. What's going on in the middle? Getting barraged by one of the ISGs, the one that's actually crewed right now, but it's taking a while to kill them. Oh. Getting not on prioritized vehicles reveals itself. Oh, but could he lose his T-34 anyway? No. Backs away in the nick of time. Somehow this got decrewed. I don't think it would with the trees and the building being there. I think they would soak up the shots, but lucky on that Katyusha barrage. Managed to clear it out. Now he's Vet 2. That's when he gets his barrage recharge time bonus, so that's going to be way more lethal. Flak Panzer Finndeed. That will help clear out those Maxims. Oh, he's got his rear armor exposed on his Panther, and here come the T-34s. He's got marked vehicle on the Panther as well. Panther's gonna go down here. Oh man, horrible miss micro there by Finndeed. Just, yeah, had his rear armor facing the complete wrong direction. Oh man, that is a huge blow. Does he? No, he didn't cancel the Flak Panzer. Yes, that Katyusha barrage recharge time showing itself there. Down already. Now the T-34 as well. I didn't even know Zarok had gone for a third one. But I don't know. I don't know if Finndeed can come back from that Panther loss. That was very, very costly. Can't afford to be exposing your rear armor like that. Bombing run coming in. Close to the edge of the map. The bomb's coming very quickly, but he manages to retreat in the nick of time. 152 forcing back the Jagdpanzer 4. Another T-34 coming in for Zarok. Once he gets all these T-34s online and repaired, he can probably make a push and just end the game outright. Indeed, he has one Raketen right now, and the Jagdpanzer 4 is not much help against the T-34s. Just throwing out a howitzer barrage here just to clear out one Maxim. Shows how desperate he is for the VPs. Oh! One of these T-34 is about to go down perhaps. And it does! Jagdpanzer connects at long range. Oh, but the Raketen gets decrewed. Jagdpanzer 4 Vet 1 now though, getting some juicy hits in. It's the cautious movement. This is still an armor piercing, so infantry not quite as threatened by the 152 here. Oh, but here's that Katyusha, as I said, with that Vet 2 recharge bonus. Oh, and he gets the wipe. Oh, man. Yeah, that Vet 2 Katyusha is just so strong here. Maxim versus Maxim. Panzer 4, I think so. No, it's interesting. Still in the center. I thought he backed it away for repairs in the mech truck. Probably would have made sense. But somehow Zarok is draining. Not using this T-34 with secure mode up here in the north. Seems like, yeah, his secure mode usage not too flash on his T-34s. Uh-oh. Black Panzer runs over the mine. It's one of these... Oh, 2 T-34s dispatched. Where's the... Yak Panzer 4's there, but still not on full health. Oh, it looks like the other Raketen got destroyed as well. But there is a mine here. T-34 is rolling in. Runs over a mine. 152. Panzer 4 is doing some good damage to these C-34s here. Schwer is joining in on the fun now as well. He's got to avoid getting flanked. He's backing away, but the... Oh, gets another shot in. Panzer 4 doing some good damage. Oh, but he stopped moving it. He stopped moving it. He didn't set up his Raketen. The bombing run clears out the Schwer. The wreck gets destroyed, and I think that's going to be game. Raketen gets decrewed. Yeah, there's a... Finndeed has nothing left, but look at these VPs. Could he squeeze this one through? If he just keeps that maximum on the points. 23 left. He's using secure mode here. Needs to send more squads to other points in the map. Could he drain out on VPs here? Scott and Maxim heading down there. I don't think his flak panzer is going to be repaired in time to stop this cap. Though he would really like it to be. And yeah, if he, I think if he caps here, that's probably going to be the game. Point is neutralized. What's that in the middle? Is that LMG? Yeah, over LMG. Finndeed's still got 100 VPs left, you know. Oh, he's going for mass Pumas. Oh, that's not going to be pretty. Look at this face, can't do anything. Oh, is he drunk? It's point blank, man. Land a shot. There's actually one thing I noticed about the flak panzer since the changes is when you used to drive up to point blank like that, it would really rip into anything, but now since the changes it doesn't really work. Well, he clears out that T-34 down there. He's still got control of this VP here. Trying to get the cap. The 152's trying to prevent him, and here comes the Puma on the flank. He gets the cap. Puma's in there doing heroic things. Trying to take care of this T-34. No, doesn't quite get the job done. Got a squad in here. Oh, but this is pinned. He can't prevent the cap because he's pinned. 5 VPs, and clock is stopped. Got this one last Puma, one last roll of the dice. Oh, but the zombies, this is still there. Still firing. And there it goes. Oh, close finish. I think, you know, a couple unlucky breaks there by Finndeed. I mean, if he just dodged that bombing run with his Yak Panzer 4, that engagement could have gone completely differently. And then again, with his Panther here, with his rear armor facing the wrong direction. Unfortunate that he lost it there. Oh, yeah, it's just bad play. As for Zarok, once things got to the late game, I think he had a few issues controlling his tanks. controlling their repairs, making the most out of the secure mode of the T-34s. Just about allowed Finndeed back into this game, but he ended up clinching it, largely because the Panther kill up here. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.